If you want to be successful, focus only on the next step. What's going on, guys? It's Josiah, your success consultant, and in today's video, I want to show you when short-term thinking works to your advantage. So, if you're like most of us, you've got some really big goals. You've got big dreams. You've got some big aspirations. But the problem is, you're so far away from getting to that end destination, it seems so overwhelming you won't even take the very first step. When you're thinking that far away, that long-term thinking actually comes as a hindrance to you rather than a help. See, there's nothing wrong with being forward thinking and mapping out your life ahead, because you've seen me talk about that in other videos. But if you spend all of your time thinking about what's far ahead rather than what's right in front of you, you're going to trip over your own feet and fall. And so today we're going to talk about 3 powerful success principles that you need to really get down starting today in order to help you get ahead in the long term. So the first thing that I want you to really recognize is when you think very far out, it's easier to talk your way out of working today. I'm going to say that again. When you think really far out, you got a really far out goal. You got a really far out ambition and dream. If you spend so much time just daydreaming about that far out goal, that's actually going to pull you away from the time to get to work right now, today. Because once you snap back into reality, and you recognize how many steps it may take you to get from point A to point Z, you may decide that you don't want to go on that journey. And it's best to not let that happen to you by just focusing on the next step. See, don't focus on, okay, I've got to be able to already be at the finish line already. Just focus on the next step. You know, I was watching this one interview that Will Smith had done on a Charlie Rose show. And Charlie Rose was asking Will Smith about how he viewed success. And Will Smith had talked about the story about him growing up and his father giving him this assignment on making a brick wall. And every day he would try to make this brick wall, and he would try to put himself in his position, to accomplish that, make his father proud, and get something that his father knew was important done well. And so he would try, and it wouldn't work out. He would try, it wouldn't work out. He would try, and it wouldn't work out. And the whole reason why it wouldn't work for Will in making the brick wall is because every single time when he took a brick in his hand, he always thought about the wall instead of the brick. And he had to recognize that if you want to build a good brick wall, you can't focus on building the wall. You have to focus on laying a brick as well as a brick can be laid, one brick at a time. You take one brick and you lay that brick as well as a brick can be laid, with no focus on the other bricks, how long it's going to take, what the wall's going to look like, all this other stuff. All of those things can become distractions to the short-term activity that's going to get you the long-term results. The brick wall is going to come after you have consistently effectively laid every brick in the exact way that it's supposed to be laid. And then once you do that, then you will have a wall. So that's what you need to think about when it comes to your own personal success. If you didn't spend so much time just focusing on just the long, far off reach, spend more time thinking about, well, what do I need to do right now to even be able to have the chance and the opportunity to be able to get to where I ultimately want to get to later. Everything is about what you're doing right now. And that's the reason why one of my favorite passages that comes to mind as I think about this is when Jesus said to not give thoughts to the morrow. Because when the morrow comes, it will already have its own set of issues already in place. Better for you to focus on right now, because that's what's within your control. Remember how we did that video and we talked about the things that are within your circle of control versus the things that are outside of your circle of control? See, the things that are outside of your control in terms of what's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you don't have a lot of power over that. You're not in a good position to be able to really change that. You're just hoping that when you get to 5 years, this is where you look. You're just hoping that when you get to 10 years, this is how you look. But the number one thing that you can change is whatever you're doing today. The number one thing that you can change is the now. So really, I think that Christ was trying to let us on to something when he was advising us to not spend so much time thinking and obsessing about tomorrow when today's circumstances already has enough challenges laid out for itself. You know, a lot of times we might spend so much time in fantasy world, we're not even really thinking about, okay, well, how do I solve the opportunities that I need to get on top of today? How do I address the problems that I have right now? Who do I need to be connecting with right now to get me to where I need to get? What do I need to be doing today in order to set me up for a better tomorrow? See that? That's the difference. Successful people, they know how to switch gears. They know how to create a long-term goal, but then they know how to step away from that long-term goal and put in their brick for the day. Okay. Now, last and not least, one of the things that I want you to think about is the old adage of, it's better to have a bird in the hand than two in the bush. Now, what does that mean? What that means is, it's better for you to really master the things that are directly in front of you in terms of daily challenges, daily goals, daily opportunities, getting the daily things done right before you focus on, well, what's my life going to look like next year? 5 years from now, what am I going to be doing? Those are thoughts, real thoughts that you might have, but everything that you do right now is going to determine where you will be later at that time anyway. And a bird in the hand in mastering today is better than you daydreaming about being 10 times more effective in 10 years from now. Because we know one thing's for certain. If you don't work towards 10xing right now, the 10x is not going to come by magic. You see? So everything that you should do, like, here's how you should be able to divide up your goals. You need to be able to have the patience, the forward thinking, and the discipline to be able to set goals in place and timelines that are much further down the line. Because even when you think about successful people, oftentimes they think 5, 10, 15 years ahead. It's like a chess game. They think moves ahead. Most people won't be successful because of all this instant gratification and they got to spend now and never think about the long term. I'm not telling you not to think about the long term. I'm telling you how to have it in balance. The balance is you set a long-term goal that you want to accomplish for yourself. And then once you've set that goal, pull yourself back from thinking ahead in that time machine and bring yourself back to today. What is in front of you today? What is on your schedule right now that's pushing you to your goal? And what's on your schedule right now that's pulling you away from that goal? That's where you need to spend more energy. How many hours are you dedicating your life to right now that's pushing you towards your 10-year dream or your 5-year dream or your 1-year dream? What things are you doing in the here and now that's taking you there? Or what things are you doing right now that's sabotaging you from getting to where you need to get 1 year down the line, 5 years down the line? Because the more that you discredit the work that you could be doing right now, the longer it's ever going to take you to become a success. So I really want you guys to be able to get down these principles, man. First and foremost, the reason why you need to have short-term thinking when it comes to a long-term goal and just focus on the next step is because if you focus on the 1,000-mile journey, you won't even take one step forward because you're going to be really miserable at how far the journey is. Better for you to just only focus on making that next step forward than to think and obsess about how far you have to go. That's the first one. The second thing is not giving anything to tomorrow because you already got things lined up for yourself today. Okay? Let tomorrow figure itself out. Right now, you need to focus on figuring out what is directly in front of you. Thirdly, remembering that a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. You know, you will always want to be the you of tomorrow, but you're never going to be the you of tomorrow until you perfect the you of today. So make sure that you do all you can do right now in this moment to take yourself ahead. And I guarantee you that in you doing that day by day, you're going to turn around 1 year from now and you're going to say, wow, I didn't even realize how far I came. Wow, it's only 1 year from now. It's only 6 months from now. And look how different my life is. Look how much progress I was able to make. Look how much more I was able to get accomplished. Look how much farther I got in life. Why? Because I was focused on the things for the day. You keep focusing on the things for the day and watch how your life looks in 6 months from now. Watch how your life looks in 1 year from now. Watch how your life looks in 2 years from now. You're going to be such a different person with so much improvement. You're going to be so focused on today, you're not even going to recognize how far you done came. And that's going to be the beauty of it because every day is going to be about success. Not just 10 years from now. You're making today about your success. So I want you to leave me a comment and I want you to tell me, I'm going to focus on the next step. I'm going to focus on the next step because that's really all you got at the end of the day. That's the only thing that you can control. That's the only thing that's within your power. Tomorrow's not promised to anybody, so make the most of today. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. If you already subscribed, be your brother's keeper. Go out, share this word, share this message with somebody else that can use it. I know we can all use it. We can all benefit from it. Don't forget to spread this message, man. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.